Hi students, good morning. I am Sister Sneha. I will be teaching you social studies. As usual, we will be starting our class with a silent prayer. Let God give us graces and blessing to learn this chapter perfectly. Yes, students, in those 10th class social studies, we know that we have only one book, but this one book is divided into 4 parts. First part is geography and second history, then civics and economics. First to 6 chapters will be coming under geography and 7th to 11th chapters are coming under history. Then 12, 13, 14 chapters are civics and 15 to 21 chapters are coming under economics. Now today we are going to learn about the first chapter, that is resources of India. Resources of India. Second chapter, that is first part, and second chapter also resources of India, part second. Here in these resources of India, mainly we are learning about soil, water, forest and wildlife. Soil, water, forest and wildlife. First of all, we have to know what is resources, and the first point also is that resources meaning, importance and types. Resources meaning, importance and types. And first we have to understand what is resource. What is resource and what is the meaning of resource? A resource is something that can be used for a purpose. For example, tools and materials are resources. There are many kinds of resources. Tools and materials are resources. Many kinds of resources are there, and especially when we come to the types of resources, mainly there are 2 types of resources: natural resources and artificial resources. We will come to natural resources. What is the importance of natural resources and what is the meaning of natural resources? Natural resources are important in our life because they are used to sustain life and meet people's requirements. Natural resources are important in our life because they are used to sustain life and meet people's requirements. For example, sun, forest, rock, minerals, animals, air, oil, water, soil, etc. These all are the examples for natural resources. Now we are coming to artificial resources. Artificial resources are those resources which are made up by the human. All the man-made resources are artificial resources. These are the resources which are inclusive in daily lifestyles to aid up the ease of living and pursuing life to the greater extent of usefulness. You see that? And when we come to the example for artificial resources, all the man-made resources you see which is showing in this picture, you see that there are many resources, artificial resources, whatever things we are using, the weapons we are using, the furnitures which we are using, the tools which we are using, iron, metals and plastic, many things are there we are using. These all things are artificial resources only. Resources are the solution for the problems, also satisfy the people. Okay, now we have divided into natural and artificial resources, and now we will be coming to the classification of natural resources. Okay, and first one is classification on the basis of ownership. Classification in the basis of ownership. In that first point is personal resource, property, health, etc. National resources, wealth of nation, military power, patriotism, etc. You know that these all things I no need to explain. Next, world resources, physical and biological elements of the world for the welfare of mankind. These 3 are coming under ownership, basis of ownership, and we will be coming to the classification on the basis of availability. In that first one is renewable resources, those resources which regenerate themselves naturally, provided that they are not subjected to wholesome distribution. Agricultural land remains useful by using manure. Some of them are renewable only so long as they are used prudently within the limits set by nature. renewable resources. Coming to non-renewable resources, those resources when once used they are finished forever, petrol, coal, etc. Land, you see that again and again we can use, but non-renewable resources once used that will be finished, they cannot use again. Coming to recyclable resources, those minerals which can be reproduced and used again. Minerals like iron, copper, etc. Irons, weapons and all we are using, after that we will be giving back and again it will be coming with new models. We can see that there are many shops which they are taking old materials and they are making it and another form of new type and again coming back to the market and we are buying also. Next one, inexhaustible resources, those resources which are not exhausted even if they are used, like solar energy, water, etc. Now we are coming to classification on the basis of distribution. First one, easily available resources. What do you mean by easily available resources? Resources which are available everywhere. By the meaning you can understand, no, not the meaning, with example you can understand, that is air, oxygen in the air, you see, easily available. You are not going and buying oxygen every day for us for the breathing and all. Wherever we go we will be getting oxygen according to our need. Next one, common available resources, resources which are available at many places. Example, soil, tillable land, etc. Soil, you know that wherever we go we will be seeing soil, and tillable land also we can see everywhere. Next, rarely available resources. What is the meaning of rarely available resources? Resources which are available in few places. Coal, gold, uranium, etc. You see that children, this gold, coal and all we will not be finding everywhere. Gold, you know that in Karnataka Kolar is the famous place for gold, and coal you see Mangur, it is famous for the Mangur, famous for the coal. Uranium also like that only. Next one, single resources. What is the meaning of single resources? Resources which are available at one or two places in the world. Example, commercial chrolite metal which is found only in Greenland in the natural form. Okay, commercial chrolite metal. Commercial chrolite metal is only found in Greenland. Okay, now we are coming to the classification on the basis of uses. Coming to first point, unused resources. What is the meaning of unused resources? When resources are not in use, they are called unused resources. Deposit of certain materials is known, but they cannot be extracted and used. You see that we know, but we are not able to use till now. Now, unusable resources, resources which cannot be used further even with the present day techniques are unusable resources. You see, present techniques are not able to make use these resources. Okay, that is unusable resources. Now coming to potential resources, these are resources which are known but are not in use due to the lack of technology or planning. You see, possibly they may be used in near future, are known as potential resources. Example, running water of rivers may be used for irrigation by constructing a canal. Similarly, dams may be constructed to produce electricity. You see that mainly this water is a very powerful resource, and also from the water, if we use prudently and according to the way, we will be getting a very good electricity from this water. Okay. Next one, latent resource. There are many resources which have been unknown to man. If the properties and the utility of the resources is not known, it is called a latent resource. Petroleum was a latent resource until its properties and uses were not known to man. Okay, again in this chapter, now again we are coming to the soil formation, types, distribution and conservation. Soil formation, types, distribution and conservation. Soil is a valuable wealth. Soil is a basis of economic development of our country, because you know that without soil we will not be able to do the cultivation. Harvesting is not at all possible without soil. Okay, according to an American pedologist, Dr. Bennett, he says soil is the uppermost layer of the unconsolidated particles found on the earth's surface, which is made up of parent rocks and vegetation. Okay, and also soil is very important for human life, especially for farmers. Human life depends on soil. Okay, that is very important. Human life is depend on soil. All living organism gets their food directly or indirectly from soil. Understood? We animals and insects, everybody, we will go to the soil, and from there only we are getting the food for us. We get sheep eats grass and gives us food. Silkworm survives on vegetation and vegetation grows in soil. Our industries like animal rearing, agriculture and forest based industries all depends on soil. So soil is the basis of our life. Okay, according to Wilcox, the history of civilization is the history of the soil, and the education of the individual begins from the soil. Now you see that we can see the soil. Here you are seeing the chart. And also in the soil it is divided into four different parts. First one is topsoil, that is upper layer of soil. Next coming to subsoil, and third one is weathered parent rock soil material, and fourth one is parent rock. Okay, here you see that the topsoil of the uppermost layer is the real soil. Okay, it is important characteristics is the presence of humus and organic matter. What is the meaning of humus? What is humus? Here decomposed organic matter or plants and animals is called humus. Okay, decomposed organic matter of plants and animals is called humus. It is found in the topsoil and makes the soil fertile. You see that this humus only making the soil fertile. Second layer is subsoil, which consists of rocks. Second soil is that is subsoil, that is consists of rock and sand particles and clay. Coming to third layer, that is consist of weathered parent rock materials, and the fourth layer is made of parent rocks. Okay, and here topsoil is used for the cultivation. Farmers are especially using this topsoil only. Okay, now this is the first part. Here I am finishing, and tomorrow we will be going to learn about soil types and distribution. Okay, soil types and distribution we will be learning tomorrow. In that we will be finding out the different kinds of soil which is used for the cultivation. Okay, thank you so much. You have to go through this lesson which I have taught you, and go through the lesson, and you read the lesson and learn properly, and also you have to by heart the question answers and all which is given in the textbook. Okay, thank you so much.